Hello Gundam fans, this is Brown92, and today I'll be looking at the Super Deformed Build Strike Gundam full package from the Gundam Build Fighter series. So it's the first Build Fighter SD model kit we've gotten, and I gotta admit, I actually like the way this thing looks. I was really worried when I first unboxed it because it had all these stickers it needed, mostly the V-fin, because the V-fin's all white, as you can see. So it needs 4 stickers just to make the V-fin yellow. They really could have benefited from just one plate of yellow for the V-fin, give us a sticker for the white and the red on the jewel, because the jewel is also a sticker. Blue on the forehead camera, back of the head, the eyes, but you can also give it pupils. Yellow on the shoulders. 5 stickers for all the red on the stomach. Blue on the crotch and on the knees, and gunmetal on the ankles. And that's actually it. It's not as bad as I thought for stickers. It definitely needs painting, but what SD doesn't really. So it's not super terrible. At least the V-fin's not like red. White's easy to paint, so it could be worse. And it does have the standard articulation, the double ball-jointed neck, ball-jointed shoulders with the hinge. You got the ball-jointed arms, elbows are on a hinge, ball-jointed wrist. The ball-jointed stomach you can pull out so you can get some more dynamic posing, ball-jointed legs, and ball-jointed feet. So you can still do what you could with any of the other SDs that are more expensive. Now, of course, the weapons, you get the shield, which could definitely benefit from some stickers and paint, for sure. It's just one piece of plastic. But it does peg on the elbow, just like it should. That's kind of cool. You've got the beam saber toothpick of Red Justice. And you've got the beam rifle. Also red. It's the powered up version, so it doesn't have the other modes. I wish they weren't red. I have a hard time painting red. I can never get it to... It always bleeds through because some of these parts, like the barrel and the top, are supposed to be white. And some of the shield. And it always turns pink. No matter how many layers I put on it, I can never get it red, like red to white. I don't know why. But oh well. So those are the accessories, or at least the weaponry. But of course you've also got the build booster, which it looks really bad in booster mode. Look at this. It's the whole middle piece here, or the back piece, is one piece. You can't move the wings at all. They're static. It's basically the wing piece, the nose cone, and the cannons. Now, they did go through the effort and give us a combination mode. You're supposed to take that nose cone, flip it around, and then you just put the cannons back on. And then you take the shield and peg it onto the top here. And then you take the beam rifle, you can see that big hole on the top, and you peg it into the bottom of the shield, and you have whatever this is supposed to be. You know, it kind of looks like what is it, Laserbeak from Armada? Kind of. I can see it. I don't know why they bother. I really don't. It's for kids, I guess. Alright. Anyways, you can put this onto the back 2 different ways. And the one way is to take, let me see if I can remember how to do this, but I think you just have to take the cannons and you rotate them so that the peg is on the bottom, but you won't be seeing the hollow pieces. So like that. And you peg it in like that. And then you can peg it into the back of the build strike. And it has over the shoulder cannons, which isn't too bad. And the wings are sticking forward. That's alright. Of course, the official way to do it is taking the nose cone and actually pegging it into these tabs here on the bottom. And on the instructions it tells you to peg it in like this against the nose cone. I personally like to do it from the back. It'll still work, So we have to do it a certain way so that, once again, the hollow parts are in the back. Just for aesthetic's sake. And then it goes into the back. And that is the Build Strike Gundam. Or Build Strike full package. And the ball jointed cannons let them go forward. Like that. And the cool thing is, the beam saber handles actually rotate. And the one thing the high grade doesn't even do. But there's no hole for a beam, so if you want to like drill a hole, you could have them stick out of the skirt armor. Because it did do it in the show, twice. And that's pretty much it. That's all you can do with the actual Build Strike by itself. But if you have some of the newer SD kits, like the BB Senshi kits, this line was made for customization. That's really what they wanted to stress with the new SD build fighter, because it is all about customization in the show. So this guy, you can take off his helmet. You can take off even the little white on the shoulders, which I was really surprised. You can take off the chest. It's very tight. And you can take off the skirt armor. And the backpack. Or the back. And I can't remember, is that? No, that's one solid piece. Well, now that I've dismembered him, you can take parts off the same Musha Gundam here, and put them onto the Build Strike. Actually, let me just do that off camera. It'll take a little bit of time. And here we have the Musha Build Strike. So yeah, all the little pegs that put the parts off the strike fit all the armor from the Musha Gundam. I don't think all the BB Legend kits would do that. Some are a little different. But for the most part, you can switch up things and make it look rather different. And I'm assuming the other Build Fighter kits will do the same thing, like the Sengoku Astray SD. You could probably take the shoulder armor with the actual big arms and snap them on here. Switch the helmet, the chest, all that stuff. So while I wanted them to reuse the older SDs, it's a good thing they didn't, because they wouldn't be able to do this. And it is a pretty interesting feature. Instead of having to modify and kind of like hack at your kit to make it different, you can just swap the pieces. It's a lot easier. It's all about customization, so I do like that. It's a pretty cool idea. Let me get this guy back to normal. So let's do some comparisons. I still got the Musha Gundam here. And you can see it looks pretty good side by side. It looks really good next to the new Gundam. They're the same height, which is good. Even though it is a cheaper SD, they're staying in the same height with the more expensive ones, which is good. And the old mold of the strike. This is the one custom I did. And you can see it's quite a bit taller than the old strike. But all the detail is still there. And this guy, the strike, was still more expensive. Even, I think, the one by itself. This is the one from the perfect strike, but I think the one by itself was still more expensive. So this is actually a really good SD. I was ready to trash it because I thought it was really bad from unboxing it. But that just goes to show you can't judge a model by just looking at the plates. Sure, it needs stickers. It has stickers. It needs painting. But what SD doesn't? And the backpack, I would have loved to have at least one joint so it could move the wings somewhat. Because the fighter mode is garbage. It's all about the backpack. The combined mode with the weapons is dumb. And I don't know what these holes are for. There's holes in the shoulders. It's gotta be for something. Not sure what. Maybe we'll find out. Or maybe I'm missing something. And then there's holes in the wings for something. So more guns, I guess. You could, I guess, potentially put the guns here. Nope, they don't fit. So yeah, I guess you could... It's all about customization, really. The fact that they made it so it's compatible with the BB kits and other ones from this line means you can customize this guy however you want, and it's a lot easier. So I do like it. I do like what they've done. So that's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.